G'day friends and fans, welcome to Dave Talk Stuff Ukraine War Update for the 25th of April 2025. I'm your host, the author David Applegate. And as the war continues, so do the lies. We sift through them every day so you don't have to put up with them. Unfortunately, there is just so many, sometimes some will slip through. As we go around the Ukrainian map today, what do we see? We see a body transfer. My mistake, that was the other day. 193 Ukrainian soldiers returning home as part of a prisoner swap. So we have explosions all across Ukraine. Dnipro was predominantly, Mykolaiv and Odessa. It's rare those two were hit together. Now, this is just reporting on cruise missiles. The invincibility of Ukrainian air defenses is completely shattered today. With the cope that we shot them all down, If they could shoot down over 600 drones and missiles today, they could do it every other day. No. And here, notice, right? Where's Romania? I want everyone to notice. Where's Romania? Romania is here. Is it in Ukraine? No. Is there any drone or missile attacks reported within? Yeah, well, the closest is Odessa. That's right. Very important to notice. Now, no real need to go around the battlefield. Ukraine has reported only advances in this area, though I suspect there were also minor advances here in here and in Zaporozhye, but they are minor. Okay, we don't know how much. Most of the maps pretty much agree. I mean, we do not know to what extent, orders the Russian army is fighting, to what extent. We don't know the casualties. It's not up to us, however, to force Russia to be transparent. The Ukrainians claim they killed have killed 100,000, 1 million, 2 million Russians. So many people question that. And that is a good thing. Because every time there's a body swap, it's a huge amount of Ukrainians and not many Russians. Every time there's POWs, only a handful of Russians. Now, Russia's deployed Tornado-S artillery to destroy drone-resistant targets. These are large guided rockets, as you can see. That's probably 122, 132. These are pretty big. They're longer. Sorry, they're longer than, These are the long range. See, these are longer. See, there you go. There's your standard. There's your medium. And there's your Tornado-S. Okay, they're bigger. They come in a stack. And they are fired at pretty long range. And there you go. You can see. Now there's the stabilizers. You can see, look at the length of the rocket. There's the guidance. Most of the rocket, is part of the explosive. Oh, there's a nice little live turret launch. Oh, light them up. Ads. There isn't much there to it. Tornado-S has been a successful program in creating a Russian missile system to deal with field bunkers. Now, Russia attacks Ukraine with how many missiles and debris located at all locations? Okay, so they said they shut down or jammed 610. Okay. What's Yahoo say? Yahoo's changed. What happened? Alright. This makes a difference. 47 missiles and 619 drones. Primarily targeting Dnipro while striking Kharkiv, Chernihiv, Sumy, Odessa, and Kiev. That's a bit more than what they're showing here. What was it? Alright. Ukrainian missiles air defenses reportedly intercepted 580 and 30 missiles. Well, that's 610. So, are they... sorry. So, alright, are they all in on it? Well, it's destroyed or jammed. My guess, big wave of swarms, see where the jamming is, and hit with fire missiles based on targeting data. Most of them seem to have nothing of consequence, yeah, they are in on it. Sort of. Well, the Ukrainians are saying they only hit civilian targets at 9 locations. Deliberately, took the rest, 36 others were just drone debris. So, no one story is giving us the whole picture. But they did have warnings all over. It was Polish Air Force scrambled jets. They claimed to protect Polish airspace. Do you see any drones or missiles anywhere near Poland? None! And we'll get to that. We'll get to that shortly. Okay, here we go. Total launches. Cargoes across the country. Where is it? Intercepted, yeah, in 23 areas. I don't see 23 areas on the map, do you? They are. This is the problem with reporting on the Ukraine war, is the amount of lies. See, drone swarms targeted multiple areas. Different missiles. Where did they change the story? Where's Mykolaiv power. Power was cut. Nozan. Yeah. Another one. See, I don't get why people think the sun shines out of Zelensky's ass. He's a serial liar. And these buildings, I swear, are they all the same? I swear I tried to find this photo. These are all file photos. But Zelensky is being called out for corruption. The media does actually... Russia. Yeah. This is something that should notice whenever doing research. I always... Oh, so just before the war, he was 30% below. He was elected. to end the Donbas conflict, he shifted to a wartime footing, claiming, So, remember when he went silent for 6 weeks? And then Russia invaded. He sealed the country, remember? What's it? Another 50 billion. Yeah, G7 2024. Just billions of dollars. But month, like we have November, September 23, July 25, time after time. EU aid frozen over Zelensky's corruption. He's not a good person. They're just constantly glazing him as a good wartime leader. Oh, he's killed over 1,000 Russian soldiers. How many Ukrainians died? Over 1,000 Russian soldiers. That's all you get, time after time. And it is complete dishonesty. It's like, hey, we had to close the country. Russia invaded. After you failed, you were elected to end the war in 2019. In 21, your popularity fallen to 21%. You still had no plans to implement the ceasefire agreement. And then, so Russia invades. But nobody wants to acknowledge that Zelensky has to be removed now. It is beyond the pale. European leaders are such pathetic. They're escalating the war. And I'll show you in a moment. First, the drones weren't the only attacks. Of course, there's artillery and missile strikes all across the front. And according to Ukraine, they allegedly took out 1,000 Russians. Remember, it's not okay. A day. Well, that's not how much. Yeah. Well, Ukraine lost a heavy amount of people today in Russian attacks. And nobody wants to take it seriously. Most people want to dismiss this Russian disinformation. But nobody wants to dismiss Ukraine equally. Based on what? But okay, if you want to base it on historical past, these aren't the same What about Ukraine? Ukraine has the same past as Russia. They haven't. And what basis do you say Ukraine has changed? If you can't question the truth and dig to make sure you're being provided the truth, you deserve to be lied to. Because there is now a dangerous escalation towards war, in which RAF jets and possibly Polish jets have been flying over Ukraine, allegedly to protect their territory from Russian drones, which the Ukrainian map shows no drones, no drone strikes. Remember, there's Belarus, there's Poland. There are no drone strikes on the Danube, eh? Where? There are no drone strikes, no missiles reported. Ukraine has not reported any. RAF jets entered Ukrainian airspace, shot down Russian drones, and returned. Now you know why they're so fixated on these huge deals. They have no economies. They've deindustrialized. And the miracle economy that they promised of green new jobs hasn't materialized. All their service industry jobs haven't materialized. All their high-paying jobs have gone to Indians, and they're flooding more in every day. And then they say, we're not replacing you. And now they're running recruitment ads in Germany saying, oh no, we're just going to build the world's largest army, that's all. In Germany, oh no, I meant European army, says Germany. Oh, really? And then, no, Europe's going to build a 2 million man army to counter the Russian threat. Really? The Russian threat that can't even take this last third of the territory they promised to liberate within 4 years. I remember that promise too. So, remember, 6 months getting bogged down in Poland. Okay. Russia. So 500 million Europeans are scared of 140 million Russians and want 340 Americans to go to put boots on the ground in Ukraine to protect the Europeans who won't protect themselves from criminals or from illegals, from rapists, murderers, grooming gangs. But they want you to protect Ukraine. We made Ukraine give up their nuclear weapons and to defend their territory. Again, simple mind statements from simpletons. Ukraine was protected. They were given a peace deal. Remember, the Donbass war was not an external threat. It was a civil war. It was a war waged by Ukraine on its ethnic minorities, predominantly Russian. Europe then abandoned Ukraine because they wouldn't abide by the peace deals. Then America said, okay, right, we'll arm you, but we want to put boots on the ground. We're not obligated to put boots on the ground. We're not starting a major global war. Because remember, Ukraine wasn't just appealing to... Okay, Ukraine was unappealing, right? They weren't appealing to the better nature of the world, no. They were demanding weapons given to them for free. That someone else would do their fighting. And here we have someone else doing their fighting. Claiming they were just on a NATO patrol. A NATO patrol in where there was no drones. There have been drone strikes here before. So, where are these miracle F-16s? It's what? Okay. They claim from Romania, claiming they were attacking a port on the River Danube in Ukraine. Engaged drones in Russian drones in Ukrainian airspace. There is no... Where? No reported drones. No. I know I'm hammering home, but it just seems to be just so impossible that millions of people just sit there and go, But that's the world we live in now. That's the world we live in now. UK has decided to drag us into war. Millions of Americans barking at Donald Trump every day want to drag us into war, but all these millions of people barking at Donald Trump every day. Donald Tusk in Poland barking at Donald Trump every day. You are free to join the Ukrainian army and fight for the Ukrainian army in Ukraine right now. There is no need there's no need for Poland to go to war. Just send all the pro-Ukrainian Polish to Poland, to Ukraine. Send all the liberals in America. They want to support Ukraine? Good. Go live there. Go fight there. Because I guarantee you, the war will be over if they had to go fight. Just like in Vietnam. They won't fight their wars. They start wars, but they don't fight them. And they're complete and utter keyboard cowards. They are nothing but snide, rude, snivelling cowards who want to scream names. Maybe they might get into fist fights, but they love their crowds, eh? Or they're big. Yeah, we're big in a crowd, eh? Go looting stores and when they're in crowds, go looting and setting fires. Liberals are the most uncivilized, uncivil, and the left is dragging us into war. The drone attack in Dnipro, Britain's bracing for a coldest winter. Meanwhile, there's a drone attack on Dnipro, nowhere near Romania. But that's their justification. Ooh, brutal attack forced NATO to scramble warplanes from Romania and Poland. Nowhere near Romania or Poland. Here they claim Russian forces resumed attacks in Dulska County, and according to Bucharest, no such attack took place. None of them. Right? There are dozens of pro-Ukrainian channels. My channel is blocked in Russia. My channel, so get that, eh? No. It is routinely threatened with demonetization. YouTube does not want the truth. So many people out there don't want the truth. And definitely the UK government is lying to you. And there's not enough pushback. And I know it's exhausting. Liberals every day. Bark, bark, bark. Yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Please support the channel today. You can support me on Ko-Fi, Patreon, buy my books, buy my merch. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you in the next video and bye for now.